killed my wife's what are those little plants called? The succulents? The little plants, the mini plants.
Mm-hmm.
It fell. I just killed one. The one that looked like a penis. Remember I showed it?
Ah, yes. The
It's now
penis.
dead. Okay,
The
hold on.
penis. All right. So, episode 3. Uno, dos, tres. MOAT9, MOAT, the number 9. You know what? It'd be interested. I think it's interesting to go back and listen to maybe like one of the last episodes of season 1,
Uh-huh.
because I think there's obviously a difference, because now that we have video, I don't think we interact the same, where like we know that we're being seen. The hell? I don't know. Just a quick little. It's early. Okay, first of all, it's early in the morning. At least for me, this is completely unusual for a Sunday. And what are you doing, bro?
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying to fix my camera.
So if I tend to ramble or I'm less coherent than usual, I apologize. Bear with me.
We were hanging out last night though.
Well, that's for the audience, not for you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it bothers you. Yes, we were at the shop, and with any luck, we'll be back at the shop in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Cigar shop.
Mhm,
That shop.
that shop.
We're avid smokers, you know.
I'm gonna definitely look into getting the PVC pipes and putting up a green screen. I like that idea. I need to.
So if we were to put up a green screen, how would it work?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was actually thinking I would like to. Oh, I didn't put a timer. I need to put a timer because we'll completely screw that up. If we put up a green screen, well, that's what I was gonna say. First of
We
all,
can be anywhere.
we can be anywhere. What I would like is to do them in person. I would like to do them. It's better in person. I like it better, and preferably at the shop. But for the times like this that we can't be at the shop, put up the
Yeah.
green screen, take a
Mhm.
picture of where we would normally sit at the shop, and put that.
That's a good idea. Or be like, we're at Comic-Con 2005. Just kidding.
Mhm. We time traveled. We took
Right?
we did that. What was that thing called in Endgame? Did they have
What?
a name for it, for the machine that they used to travel in time? No, I can't remember.
It was the what they used for the time heist.
Yes, for the time heist. So, sir, we shall start with the Instagram stuff. I don't know if you have yours handy or if you even want it to be handy.
Yeah. Well, I know that you sent me a couple things this morning, and
And you haven't looked at them yet. Perfect.
no, I did.
Lies. I can smell a lie from a
He,
mile away.
you know where I'm at right now? I was on TikTok this morning, and Shia LaBeouf is in a new movie.
Boof.
Did you see that?
No.
Shia LaBeouf. He's portraying Saint Padre Pio. Saint Padre Pio. He's like a monk
Okay.
in the Catholic Church. Yeah, I know it's really odd, right?
That is pretty odd.
That's what I said.
Well, you know what? To be fair, I need to watch. What is it? The I forgot the names. The Peanut Butter Falcon, or
What?
those 2 movies that he put out like back to back. He did one where apparently he's playing a character that's a lot like his own father, and then he's playing. I think the other one is him with like a special needs kid that's trying to be an actor. I don't know. He put two movies out to pretty close together. They're supposed to be more dramatic than anything else that he's done, and it actually got really good reviews on both.
Well, where's the one that he was a cholo?
A cholo?
Yeah, you haven't seen that one?
No.
Oh, dude. So let's see.
When was this?
This past year.
What?
Yeah, it's called. Let's see.
I think one of them is called Honey Boy, and the
Oh,
other one is the
the
Peanut.
tax collector,
He's playing a cholo.
bro.
I gotta watch that. You know what
Dude,
I
I'm
watched
serious.
back in the day? Hard Times. I
Uh-huh.
think it's called Hard Time. Let me look it up real quick.
Mira, mira, güey. Mira.
This is what the fuck out of here. I gotta see that, bro. That's
Look at
fucking
this.
funny.
Look,
I really
dude.
gotta watch that because no, it wasn't called Hard Time. What the hell was it called? With
The
oh my god, we need to continue talking or something because this is what's his name, bro?
who?
Christian Bale. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're not doing this shit in the early in the morning anymore.
Not too bad. At least we're early.
Harsh Times.
And
It's
that's
called
with.
Harsh Times with Christian Bale.
Mhm.
He's, I believe, ex-military, but he grew up in like East LA. So it's him basically trying to do like a cholo vernacular and I wait, vernacular, relax.
Ay, so sophisticated.
Dude, it's he's a hell of an actor,
Yeah.
but I think that's one that he didn't quite pull off.
Well,
But
I did that. And when was that? When did that one come out?
this is in 2005.
Okay, so if you think about it, he was kind of trying to portray a Mexicano or a Cholo or Mexican, and the
But that's the
tax
thing.
collector.
That's the thing. I think that's part of the reason why it made it different because I don't think he is actually Mexican. I think he's white, but grew up in East Los
And
Angeles.
oh, okay. And well, maybe that's why they kind of like put him in that role for the tax collector.
Maybe. Did then
Anyways,
have you seen the Tech Collector?
no, not yet. I don't
Okay.
even know what it's on. I've been wanting. Oh, it's on Hulu. Okay, I'll watch it. I got
Yeah,
Hulu.
I'll watch it. We'll review that one next week because that actually sounds funny as hell.
All right.
I just hope it's not so bad that we can't get through it. Anyway,
Nah, I think it'll be good.
but yeah, Honey Boy and the Peanut Butter Falcons
Those are
are
good.
those. They're supposed to be pretty good. I haven't seen them, but he's supposed to be pretty um supposed to be pretty serious roles there. Okay, so from Instagram we have from Weekly Recon a rating of B, very good. Ryan Reynolds doesn't disappoint with yet another masterclass of humor. The movie is set in an open world video game, which makes it feel like it's Deadpool's third cousin, Geek Pool.
Hmm.
That sounds like a paid review to me,
Yeah.
but apparently, Free Guy is actually getting really good reviews. Um, apparently, it's also almost 2 hours, which is a lot. But
Yeah.
if it's good, it's not going to feel like 2 hours. I just don't. That's what we were talking about briefly last night. This movie was supposed to come out a year ago, like Black Widow.
Yeah.
I think that stigma, unfortunately, for me at least, is always just there lingering because if it had come out a year ago, I think I'd be like, man, you know what? That wasn't bad. But I have no interest in this movie. I think the problem for me is that I've been, I don't want to say following, but I've been watching Ryan Reynolds since um not Happy Gilmore. What was the name of that movie?
Happy Gilmore.
Van Wilder.
Ben Wilder. Yeah. Was that one
And
of his first roles?
I don't think so. I think he's been acting since he was like a kid.
Mm.
But and I remember thinking like he was like this generation's Jim Carrey kind of because he
Yeah.
plays like more caricature roles, but he's actually a fairly decent serious actor because he did the one of the remakes of Amityville Horror.
I didn't see that one. How was that one?
It was actually pretty good, and he actually did pretty well in it. I thought he was pretty good, but he's he's always Ryan Reynolds in whatever movie he's in, always,
Yeah.
even as Deadpool. Like, and that's I think part of the reason that people thought he was perfect for Deadpool because if I'm supposedly that's like his favorite comic book character,
Mhm.
and that's his personality, so it makes sense. But it's Ryan Reynolds in anything you see him in, and It's
Very,
getting a
very
little,
witty. He has that comedic twang.
yeah, and but it's always the same style of humor. It's always him in in the movie, always.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, that's not true. Um, the Proposal,
Oh,
that one
with
wasn't that bad.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, it was like a romantic comedy, but he wasn't like over the top with the jokes. But some of it is in there. Another one that I like is I'm forgetting the names of everything. I can't function right now. The one where he has a little girl. Always
Uh,
maybe something about maybe. Right. Did you ever see that one where he has a daughter? That's a pretty good
no.
romantic. Definitely maybe. I like that one. I'm a sucker. Look, I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this on the show. I'm a sucker for romantic comedies, but there's a difference because a lot of guys, especially that are like, oh, they're doing chick flicks. They're not chick flicks. Romantic comedies are not chick flicks, and I'll die on this hill. Romantic comedies are not chick flicks. Definitely, maybe, um, almost any movie that you could think of that most guys call chick flicks. They're not chick
Yeah.
flicks. Chick flicks are like The Notebook,
Yeah. No,
Memoirs
for
of a
real.
Geisha,
Yeah.
Legends of the Fall. Those are chick flicks.
Die Hard. Oh no.
That was awesome. Yeah, those are chick flicks. Definitely, maybe is a romantic comedy, which I'll watch all day long.
Is that the one where the little girl's parents die and then he
No,
has
it's
to take
his.
her?
No, it's his
Okay.
daughter.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
That sounds more of like an action movie. The hell, he's
No,
got to
not like
he's got to
that.
take her across country to her grandparents. Like what the hell,
Hey, did you know he was in Blade? I'm looking up his IMDb with all his movies, and it
dude?
shows
Yeah,
him in Blade.
he
I
is
don't
in.
even remember him.
He's in Blade 3. Do you remember Blade 3? The
No,
most atrocious Blade ever.
no. Well,
Yeah,
it shows
there's
him in Blade One.
no.
Oh no, the Trinity. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't read
Yeah,
it
Blade
right.
Trinity. Yeah, well, apparently he had a thing where he gave an interview and he was talking about how much of a pain in the ass Wesley Snipes is to work with.
Oh
That
shit.
one, he never broke character.
Yeah.
Like he was Blade on set all the time. And apparently he got to a point where Wesley Snipes apparently was so annoyed with him that he made it a point to say that he would not shoot his scenes with Ryan Reynolds, that they had to shoot them separate. And which, of course, I'm sure made Ryan Reynolds do his thing even more.
Right, because that's just the way he seems like.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, it's getting good reviews. It's only in theaters, and that's what I was saying last night. I'm not going to make it a point to go watch it at the theaters. There's something else that's out right now that I would rather watch in theaters than this. What's it called? I just saw the first one the other day. Um, Don't
Suicide
Breathe.
Squad.
Don't Breathe 2. Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Don't breathe. Is that the one with the aliens?
No, no, no. This one's the one where they go to rob a blind guy. That's A Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, don't breathe. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah, and then he's like all tactical and shit inside his house and all this bullshit, right? Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. I didn't know that one was out already.
The second one is out. Yeah. Stupid dog.
Oh, the
Okay.
second movie
Yeah, the first one came out a couple of years ago, like last year or a couple of years ago.
is
And
is the second one called "Don't Breathe Too Hard"?
you're just killing it with the jokes today, huh? Look
Dude,
at
I don't
you.
know. It's early, I guess.
That's funny. So the next this one I'm actually I don't want to say excited for, but I'm really interested to see is Sweet Girl. Jason Momoa is doing what looks like your typical revenge save his daughter type thing. He's like an action star in this one.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the preview you sent me. So let me ask you this. Just by seeing that little trailer,
Uh,
reminded me of like the new Steven Seagal. Is it because of the hair?
maybe it might
Yeah,
be.
that's what kind of reminded because I was, watching it like this with one eye open, the other head in my face in the pillow, and I'm like, "Ah, that reminds me of Steven Seagal. Hard to
On
kill.
It's gonna be on Netflix in like 5 days.
Oh,
The
nice.
dude, I don't know. I think I'm just in a cranky mood because here I go again ranting. I'm interested in see. I'm gonna watch it just to see if it's any good. But the thing with Jason Momoa is like, dude, can this guy change up his facial hair. Like he looks like I do right now. I have an excuse. I'm ugly. Like it is what it is. But this
You're a
guy,
man. You're a manly man.
I don't know about that, but this like put me and this guy next to each other, and everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, that's a manly man. Like what's this pile of crap over here? But seriously, like I get it. That's your thing, but bro, you can trim it down to where it's like yours, like as short as yours, maybe not as finely lined up, but
Do you
it's the
want him
same.
like clean cut, like in Game of
Not
Thrones?
no. Actually, that wasn't too that. I think that look really worked because
Yeah.
of the character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think because he always had that scowl on and whatever. But there was another one that he was in that it was just like stubble. Like do something with that shit, dude. Because I don't know. Maybe it's part of the character. For all we know, he's like an ex-military guy that's just doesn't give a shit about his appearance anymore. I don't know.
Hey, did you see that there was an interview with Jason Momoa and they asked him, well, how does it feel, back to Game of Thrones, how does it feel to portray a character that rapes? And he's like, like, can you believe that shit? That was like an actual question in an interview in an interview to him. And they're like, okay, I guess they're trying to like find something or kind of like what do you call it? Like bait him to say something,
Right.
off color or off key or whatever. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, really? Really? Is that really needed? I mean, it's a character and it's a show. It's not like he actually did it, right?
Ugh. I hate to say it, but I kind of and for this day and age and culture that we're in now, it
Yeah.
makes sense that people would have that mentality. But yeah, I mean, if they did it, I hate to say that that's their job, but that kind of is their job, is to get reactions or get very juicy tidbits that they can put a headline to and shit like that. Um, but yeah, that's so unnecessary. Like, really?
Why,
Like,
right? Yeah. I mean, we're talking about Jason Momoa and that new Netflix movie, so I figured I would throw that in a little bit just
yeah,
because I
no, that
heard,
makes
and
sense. Yeah,
it probably happened a couple weeks ago, but
that's crazy. And I
I,
hadn't heard about that. That's I would imagine that that's either a well-known publication or whatever that's trying to get that headline, or it's a lesser known one that's trying to get up there with the big boys, so they figure they'd ask something provocative. That's
yeah,
just fucking. I think I'm hoping that we get so far into this culture that people like that start getting canceled for baiting
yeah, for
people
acting
into.
like that.
Yeah, and i don't
Hopefully,
i don't think it will, but I'm hoping that it goes that far, because
yeah,
it's like, as a matter of fact, I was watching a TikTok last night where this guy, um he's showing a video of a lady that was attacked because she was recording the husband, and the wife was attacking her for recording. It just was this thing, like your typical little scuffle, and they got into a physical altercation.
yeah,
And this guy was so offended by it that he's doing his TikTok saying, "Oh, well, that's wrong," and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, that whatever, that's his opinion, cool, whatever. But this guy goes as far as to dox the married couple. He posted where the guy worked, where the wife worked, and hopefully
oh
you get fired,
jeez,
blah blah. And I'm like, no, bro. Like, I agree with you. That's a douchebag move. I hope they get arrested for assault or
yeah,
whatever. But to dox people, that's not cool. Like, I get
no,
it. You don't you. There's people that, oh, I hope they lose their job, but that's so toxic in itself. Like,
yeah,
I have this thing where people don't understand how karma works.
yeah,
That people are like, oh, that I hope karma gets them. That's negative energy. You wishing bad upon somebody through karma is negative energy. So
yeah,
that's karma. That's your karma that's going to come back to you.
exactly, yeah,
And so people doing like the doxing, it's like you're almost as bad as those people. Like, you're ruining someone's life over a physical altercation that you have nothing to do with.
right,
Like, yes, we have our opinions. I think that the couple is a douchebag. They're douchebags as well. I agree, but to the point where you're gonna dox them, like, you're not judge and jury. You don't get to decide if they should lose their job or not. That's
yeah,
You're ruining an entire livelihood. You're affecting kids potentially. Like, no, that's too much.
yeah, makes sense, dude, makes
But
sense.
anyway, like I said, I'm old and cranky at this point. It's too early in the morning. We're gonna go way over on time, dude.
Oh, geez. I think
So well, this one ties into the what if, so we'll save that one for last so that we could segue into what if.
that sounds good.
And actually, this last one,
Hey, what?
yeah, did you see that? The Deadshot and Harley one?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
It's a screenshot of Harley and uh Deadshot kissing, and there's a part of the script that says Harley crosses to Deadshot face to face
Huh.
chemistry. Harley, get ready. Deadshot, for what? Harley, I'm very high maintenance. She grins and plants one on his lips. Croc emerges from the wreckage with Waller over his shoulder. I'm glad that they left that out, and I hope they don't put that back in if Ayer gets his Ayer cut released. I don't like no. That, to me, that makes Harley seem trampy,
Mm.
and unless she's doing it to manipulate him,
Yeah.
it's trashy. And Harley Quinn, at the very least, you say whatever you want, but she's very in love with Joker.
Yeah.
She wouldn't do that unless she's manipulating him. So
Well, in the
don't like it.
comics, does anything like that happen in the comics?
I don't remember very many of the comics, dude. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Harley was introduced in the animated series. I don't think she was even in the
Yeah, she was,
comics.
right?
I don't
She
think she was
was.
in the comics until they put her in the animated series first. They created her specifically for that one, but then they put her in the comics after. But I don't remember her in the comics at all, so I couldn't say.
I mean, so that was cut from the original Suicide
Hmm.
Squad, right? That particular, I guess, scene or whatever. Um, it doesn't fit. I mean,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do after that? Or were they kind of like trying to lead into something, and and
Well, they
then
and
Joker
they
come back and be like, "Oh, this is your new boyfriend. Oh, this is your old boyfriend. Oh, let's fight." you know?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe we're missing context, but I don't like it because they already had a scene similar with Common when they're in the club that Joker calls her over and she's like, "You belong to him now." I don't know if you remember that scene that he ends up
Uh,
killing Common, the rapper Common.
yeah, they
So
were, and then after that, they went in the Lambo, right, and took
yeah,
off or some shit. Okay, yeah, I remember.
that's when Batman catches him. So nah, I didn't like it.
So Harley Quinn first came out September 11th, 1992. It was in the Batman animated series Joker's
Hmm.
Favor. Nice. Okay. And I remember her. She was in the red and black,
Hmm.
white face.
I always liked her backstory too. That was pretty cool. So moving on to the next one. This is from Marvel Fansin. Marvel Fans in? I don't know. Anyway, Steve Rogers was meant to be a hero with or without the super soldier serum. So it shows him as Captain America and then him in the, oh, what was it called? The Hydra Stomper
Hydra
suit
Stumper, yeah.
from What If
What
episode one.
if?
So just real quick, I realized I realized why I was so excited about this show, because I was thinking about it and I was like, considering that we're getting the movies and stuff, like we don't really need the animated. So I'm not really that excited. But then I was like, I am excited and I can't figure out why. Now I know why. Because this show is going to do what basically people like you and I do on a regular basis,
Yeah.
which is, dude, can you imagine if this? Can you imagine if that? And it could take you down this rabbit hole of, well, if that happened, then this, then this, then this, and this. You know what I mean?
Makes sense,
So
dude.
that's pretty much the premise of the show. And it's good that it's not live action, because live action takes a lot of money to produce, whereas
Yeah.
animation, it's not cheap, but you could do just about anything. You don't have
Yeah.
to worry about costumes and special effects and location. You just draw it,
Yeah.
which,
And
like I said, is not easy. No disrespect to any artists out there. I know it's not
right.
easy, but the overall production is, you can do just about anything.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do really good with those type of portrayals. And it's more of like it's like a fan service, right?
Exactly.
And growing up, I know that you had the comics, and I read the comics of What If, And I know it was like I don't know if it was a limited series or what, because I can't remember. It's been so damn long, and I didn't look into it as far as how long that what if series, that comic series was.
Right.
But I remember as a kid, looking at these, and the Spider-Man are the ones that stand out to me the most. And I know that you
Hmm.
had said that that's like the first one that when you said what if was Spider-Man with his six arms, right, or some shit like that.
Hmm.
That's the first one that I thought of when I'm thinking of what if. So I'm not too sure if the Disney series is going to go that route, but I mean,
They could do. They could do tons of, because if you really think about it, comics in general are pretty much what if,
yeah.
because there's how many different versions. There's Earth this and Earth that. There's like tons of different versions of each character and different backstories, different people being that character. Like there's Miles Morales as Spider-Man, there's
Mhm.
Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So the whole entire comic industry is a giant what if technically. So dude, they could run this show pretty much forever. Like if they have good content, they could do this shit forever. Like
Yeah.
there's no limit to this. So that's cool. But getting into specifically this first one, how did you like Carter as Captain Carter?
Um, uh, she did good. She's like another like Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the person, right? It's
Right.
very like, the very in her like very morally sound, I guess you could say, right?
Mm-hmm.
She knows what she wants to do. She's always trying to do right, not trying to do wrong, always trying to be the hero.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to put her in that spot so that she can actually go above what she's usually doing, I think they did good,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, when she came out, I'm like, okay, she's huge, you know what I mean? She's just
Yeah.
laying there like,
Have you
I
seen
said, oh shit.
have you seen that meme that they made where they, like, it's a video, I guess, of like this really big woman that has a scrawny guy, like she has him up against the wall about to kiss him or whatever, and they
Yeah.
put Roger's face and they put Carter's
Oh no,
face
I
on
didn't see that
hers.
one.
Dude, I'll try to find it and send it to you. That shit's funny. And we're past our time, whatever. um
That was a siren. Is that the alarm?
is that no, is
That was
that
a
too
long.
loud?
I could hear it. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't last too long, so hopefully it's not.
I thought that was your alarm for
No.
30 minutes.
It's like um yeah, I like it in a weird way. To me it actually makes just as much sense, maybe even a little more sense, that something like that would happen, because Rogers is, a scrawny guy, and anything goes down in that moment and he's not going to be able to do anything about it. So
Exactly. Yeah.
the only thing that changed in this one is that the explosion that the guy does happened before the experiment, not after.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that really happens, and that changes everything. Which,
Exactly.
just the I would love to be able to sit there and listen to these guys going like, well, if that happened, then this and this and this. Because you sent me that video of that TikTok, those guys that are talking about like, well, if that was the case, then that means that the Winter Soldier would have never been created, which he wasn't, which means
Iron Man.
he didn't kill Iron Man's parents, which means
Mhm.
Tony Stark probably never had to come back and take over the company. So he probably wouldn't have been in Afghanistan. He wouldn't have gotten taken. He wouldn't have become Iron Man. And it's like
Zebediah. What's that guy's name? Obadiah.
Obadiah. Hmm.
Wouldn't have, yeah, it's that butterfly effect, right?
Yeah.
Where it just everything, it just screws
Hmm.
everything up, or
Yeah, dude.
changes everything, not screws
Hmm.
it up.
And dude, I would, dude, the one thing that I enjoyed the most is the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Okay, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's pretty cool. The fact that they had Carter pull Bucky back onto the train,
Mhm.
and he just, that one line is like, oh, you almost ripped my arm off. I'm like, dude, it is so simple. Is probably most people consider it stupid, but I thought that was so genius, so
Yeah,
simple. Just, dude.
just to integrate it. Yeah,
And then of course it's like, holy shit, so then Rogers is the one that fell. Like, is he the one that they're gonna experiment with? Is he gonna come back as still a super soldier, but he's now the Winter Soldier instead?
that's exactly what I was thinking.
My dude, as soon as it, and so I was like this, I was like a little kid, like stuck to the fucking TV. Dude, it's so it's bad. And it's funny because yesterday Ray and Saul were there outside with me, and they were giving me shit. They're like, why can't you talk about more man shit? Like, nobody wants to hear about this. You know how Ray is.
Yeah.
He's mostly joking, but he's kind of serious. But I was like, dude, everybody's interested in different shit. Like, this is I already have enough real world adult bullshit. Like, if I have
Right.
to get serious, I can get serious, and it's just so mundane to me. So to be able to sit here and geek out over, even if it's a cartoon,
Right.
but it gives me a sense of peace, and just watching it, it turns me into a little kid again, and I love it. I dude, I'm in heaven with this shit.
Don't worry, I'm the same way, just watching it. And then, I got a 10-year-old. So with him, we watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I've always said, you know what I mean? Whenever a new Disney series comes out, we're watching it. And he's been my wingman
Mm-hmm.
watching these shows. So on, when did it come out? Thursday?
I think it was
Wednesday?
Tuesday, no? Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, something like that. I think I watched it on, I think it was Thursday night, if not Friday night.
Mm,
I don't know. I text you, but so yeah, so he's excited because him being 10 has no idea what the comic book series were.
right.
Doesn't know the backstory of What If, where it originated from. So this is like his first glimpse onto, this type of what would it be called? Multiverse?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what I mean? So his little brain is kind of like, what? I don't understand what's happening here. He had like 100 million questions
Right.
while we're watching it, which is fine. I don't mind. But I was like, it's just so it just helps me immerse myself a little bit more, like you said, to become
Right.
a kid again. What I
Yeah.
mean, watching these shows, watching these series, talking about it. You know what I mean? It just kind of like, all right, the other, 16 hours a day, I could be an adult and just
Right.
give me a little bit of time for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even like one of those things where the childhood was my best years. No, hopefully the best years of my life are ahead of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's just, and it's such great fan service. I think that's one of the biggest things that Marvel is getting right. I actually posted on another account a comment about what were they talking about? Batman or the DC? Something about like Batman or DC, that they wanted to see a certain movie be made, and I'm like, I'm not excited for any DC stuff right now because Warner Brothers isn't getting it right, and they started going off into this, like a bunch of people jumped in and chastising me that, oh, you're too focused on continuity, and I'm like, no, it's not about content. I didn't respond after that, but I was just
Yeah.
like, it's not about continuity. It's just they don't seem to care enough. Like the comment that we made about them doing the Superman thing, that they wanted to leave the planet, leave Krypton intact, and I was like, no, dude, that's the whole point of Superman. His
Yeah.
planet he's the last Kryptonian, but they don't care enough about the original content. So you see it in the movies and stuff. Like they're just trying to make big money movie,
Yeah.
and Marvel, they're trying to make big money, but they care about the subject matter, they care about the comics, they care about the fans, and they give such great fan service that to me is the biggest thing. Endgame
Yeah.
is like it's a 2 hour fan service. That's
Yep.
all, so many callbacks to the movies, to the comics, to it's fucking amazing.
So, like, did you when right before I started What If to show the trailer to my son?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big handful of people that are voicing the animated series. There's
Mm-hmm.
some that aren't, but the majority of them, you know what I mean. And as soon as I heard Chadwick Boseman's voice, it gave me chills, dude. I
Yeah.
was like, that was because that's the last, the
Mm-hmm.
last what do you call it?
This
His last.
is What If is supposed to be his last official like acting gig.
Yeah. And just knowing that and then hearing his actual voice, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, that gave me chills. But
Yeah.
which is great, I'm glad they were able to pull it off. Not pull it off, but more like, still have him in the series. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther 2 is gonna come out what, 2022?
I
Something
think
like
so,
that,
dude.
you know.
The I'm gonna prepare myself to completely make a fool of myself in the theater, because I guarantee that the first 5-10 minutes or whatever that they're gonna do, apparently like I'm positive a tribute or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking crying my fucking
Yeah.
eyes. I'm a big crybaby, dude. Dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna be a fucking mess, and I'm not gonna give a shit. I'm gonna be like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm crying, and what,
Yeah, I know.
dude?
Yeah.
It's that's gonna be fucking. That's gonna be crazy, dude. They're gonna.
Well,
They're gonna.
I just when I heard that he had passed, it was like what, like and it's like they said, I mean, this has been already over a year, but
Mhm,
um him still being in these movies portraying the Black Panther and
mhm.
being sick, you know what I mean, and still doing it and still doing it, you know what I mean, that type of commitment is just like wow, you know what I mean. I put
Yeah,
that guy on another level, you know what I mean, just to as a man and as a person,
yeah.
just to have to deal with it and still, you know what I mean, continue to act and do what he needed to do. I mean
And so
that
privately, dude. I mean, a lot
exactly.
of people didn't know anything was going on. A
Yeah.
lot of people in the movie were they were like, I didn't know that he was sick. Like he
Yeah.
was pretty sick when he was doing all this stuff. And yeah, dude, that guy, and he was easily on his way to be a great actor, dude. He like I remember seeing him in Get On Up,
Yeah.
the James Brown movie.
Yeah.
Dude, he did a great job in that. I haven't seen the one that he did right after Black Panther. I can't remember the name,
Which
but
one was that?
it's back in the day. It takes place like in the 50s or something like that. I can't remember the name, but he's supposed to be pretty good in that one. Like, dude, I like the he just had that. I don't know if I'm going too far out on a limb here, but dude, honestly, I could have seen him if he, depending on how well he did in more dramatic roles, he could have been the next Denzel, dude. Like, like that guy had something. He had a charm about him that just he was so likable.
Sorry, I got dogs barking, so I kind of had to mute you.
Oh, got you.
40, he did 42.
I haven't seen that. I need to watch that. That's supposed to be really
Um,
good.
21 Bridges.
I watched 21 Bridge. You know what? 21 Bridges, he actually did well. The movie itself was just not that good. The script wasn't that great. It's not a bad movie, but I think that was more directing and writing that didn't work. Anyway,
And then in 2020, he did what is that? Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Did you see that one?
that's the one that I was
That's the
talking
one.
about. Yeah, that's the one
Yeah, it
that
was
he
right
did
after.
shortly after Black Panther. So that's the one that I haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen that one either.
I was commenting to the guys there at the shop that I need to convince you to start doing non-geeky movies that we need to review because we don't really do them that often.
No, but I mean, even like right now with Jason Momoa, that movie from Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
we watched that one, and then
Free Guy, I guess technically once we watch it is
I
not
mean, it's
well,
still
it's
like a
geeky.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's in the video game world, so that makes
And then
sense.
what was that Netflix? The cupcakes and rainbows or some shit.
Oh
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
I tried to watch it, but no.
No,
It
I gotta watch that.
was I downloaded it, but I never watched it. Gunpowder and Milkshake.
Oh, so you haven't started
Gunpowder
at all?
Milkshake. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I watched like 2 minutes of it.
So is it that you can't get into it, or you just too
uh,
distracted?
I got busy.
Oh, okay, that
That's
makes
what I'm saying.
sense.
I tried to watch it. I watched like 2 minutes of it, and it's like, hey, can you? Oh, damn, I'll be back. You know what I mean? One of
I
those
got you.
things.
Okay. No, I thought it was
So
maybe as that bad that 2 minutes in you're like, nope, this sucks.
I mean, it seems good. It seems like what I mean. It reminds me of what would it be? I was gonna go for like what was that movie with the secret academy over there in like the UK
Oh,
underground?
the the gentleman, not the gentleman. Oh my god.
That one. That's the one that kind of reminded me of.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Mm,
That makes sense. All right, we're way over time, so we'll cut it. And I did watch Suicide Squad, so I think what I'll do is I'll put this video and then I'll do like a mini review on Instagram because we went. I haven't even seen the time yet, but I think we're way over. So thank you, sir. Yet
hey,
again, next week I'm gonna be working, so we'll have to do this again. Zoom. I actually like it because it cuts back and forth between who's talking.
nice.
Um, but yeah, thank you, sir. As always, appreciate you.
Peace.
Later.